Warriors got a much-needed win over the Mavs Tuesday night to extend their lead over the Rockets for the 10th spot in the West. But Brandon, we're going to start with you. How much longer will the Warriors' Big Three stay together? Klay set to become a free agent this summer. How much longer do you think this Warriors' Big Three has left in them together?
I think this is the last of it.
This the last dance?
Yeah, I think this is. I don't think we see them three no more together.
After this season?
Yeah, I think after that last time Draymond got kicked out, I think that was it.
But Dre's comeback had a big block last night.
Yeah, that's cool.
Emotional leader.
Yeah, that's cool.
The 10th seed, holding on.
I think it's time to just move on.
It is. So, of those three, who do you think they should move on from? Like I mentioned, Klay, set to become a free agent this summer. They should be able to get him at a reasonable price point if they do choose to re-sign him.
I mean, if you had to, I'm gonna probably move Dre.
Ooh. And why would you move Draymond?
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if he really wants to play basketball.
Damn.
Honestly. So, and I think it's bigger. I think it's some off the court. So I don't know.
Some bigger issues than what's going on. Well, Lexi, let's move over to you. How much longer will the Warriors' Big Three stay together?
Yeah, I think this is the last of it, unfortunately. It's over.
This is it?
Yeah. Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, it's over. I think, I don't know. I would assume that, I don't know where they can move Dre. So I think Klay can control his own destiny at this point and go where he wants instead of getting shipped off somewhere. So it's not going to be Steph, obviously. So, but it's over with. It's done.
So good. We've talked about this throughout the season. Season's coming close to a conclusion. Still uncertain, even with that 10th spot, if the Warriors will be able to manage to win 2 games in the play-in to actually reach the playoffs and get that 8th seed. But how much longer will the Warriors' Big Three stay together?
Big Three, they fine. They stand together. The reason I say this is because if they can get Klay back for pennies on a dollar, they're gonna do that, right? And then from there, they have so much money that they can sign Paul George and someone like that. So if they can sign Paul George and bring Klay off the bench, then the Big Three is relived because now it's a bigger three,
a big
3.5. Right, so you bring Paul George in like KD came in, right? You have another weapon. So it all depends on Klay. Like we know Draymond is under contract, Steph is under contract. So if Klay leaves, then yeah, the Big Three is over with. But I don't see them trading
Draymond.
I don't see them trading because what they're gonna get back for that same price. Right? I mean they can, but they're gonna trade with Kuminga and I mean, not Kuminga, but you're going to trade Klay and Draymond and try to get another superstar. You can do that sign and trade and get rid of both of them and bring somebody in. Clippers, right? Do a sign and trade with Paul George, and now you have Paul George, Kuminga, and...
Is Klay a restricted free agent?
Klay's unrestricted free agent.
Unrestricted.
So you can't.
But what do you gain by keeping Draymond? Like for your future, like of the team, like what is it? Like what are you gaining?
You gain an all-around player. He's the glue. Once you think about it, when he doesn't play, they're easier to beat when he's not there. It's harder to beat because he does everything else. So, if you can sign Klay, bring him off the bench, you sign, let's say they did get Paul George. What type of team would it be now? Draymond craziness wouldn't be doing that because they're going to be winning on the most part.
But we don't know that though.
Yeah, we do. We seen how he was during the championship run.
I think it's cooked. I think we're just making excuses. I think it's cooked. Like I think the situation is just cooked. Like it's either Steve Kerr got to go or something, but I think the whole situation is just cooked.
Yeah, I think Kerr got 2 years left on his contract. A lot of bread due to him.
17.5 pop.
Woo.
Damn.
And I need all of my money.
I just think I think we're making excuses.
What are you going to do though? Because if you're going to break it up, then what are you doing with Curry? Just letting him rock? Because if you're going to break it up, then you might as well trade Curry too for some younger pieces.
Right, because you don't want to rebuild with Steph still
you're not
at a high level.
You're not going to have enough time to get rid of them and then rebuild for Steph.
So what would benefit Steph more, keeping Klay or keeping Draymond?
Both.
Okay, well, assume that's not possible. Which one? You're the GM.
You need a shooter next to you.
Probably Draymond, because it keeps the Wolves off.
What Wolves?
Anybody who want to hit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Does everyone want to hit him that bad?
Ain't nobody scared, man. this the new NBA. Ain't nobody scared, man.
Man, you see how he clotheslined the motherfuckers out there?
Ain't nobody scared. This the new NBA. Now,
They're not
maybe
scared
back
of
in y'all,
Draymond.
maybe back in y'all
They're
era.
scared of getting hurt.
Maybe back in that early 2000s, but ain't nobody scared.
They're not
man.
scared of Draymond. They're scared of
What are you gonna do?
his antics, which is not the same. It's not. They're not scared of him. They're scared of what is he going
I
to do
wouldn't be
now?
scared. I mean, he on like 2 strikes, so it's like, go ahead.
It's like on 2
Hit
strikes.
Me. Go ahead, hit me. Hit me.
If you're American, you have nothing to fear. You know.
Hit me.
No, I'm just saying if they can.
you got a passport,
What I'm
maybe.
saying is if you can get him for cheap, if you can get Klay for cheap, right? That means you have a lot of money to actually go after somebody.
All right.
And if you can pull in a Paul George or a James Harden, something like that, that can give you extra spark, and you got Klay coming off the bench.
Well, I don't think Klay has to sacrifice that much.
I'm about to say, yeah, like.
Yeah, I mean,
But for what though? For what? More championships? They've won enough. So if you ask a player of that caliber to do something like that, if you are desperate for a championship win now, they've already won. So for people to assume that Klay would want to even willingly accept a discount to rebuild, like
where's he gonna get paid?
I mean, I wouldn't even say discount.
like a lot of teams would pay him.
Discount to rebuild, but this is where he spent his entire career. Just that fear of the unknown. Like, I might take a little bit less bread to stay here, stay with my guys, and not have to now.
What?
I mean, we
just
can-
get ridiculed unnecessarily for
Like,
another
I seriously
season.
think like it's gonna hurt Klay more if he get out of there more than Dre. Like, I feel like
Drake gonna find a way. I mean, you know, he gonna blend
Dre
in.
go home. Dre asked him to go.
Yeah,
go home.
Klay.
Klay.
I mean, depending on what team. You know, he can play with the Lakers and fit right in. He can play with.
I don't think so. I think it's just like a shooter,
He can,
like shooters
he can
like
go
that.
to Indiana. Shit, the way they
From
play.
Indiana to no.
I mean, I'm talking about the way they play. Indiana,
From the Bay to Indianapolis,
Yeah.
not a move you're making.
And this late in your career,
Phoenix. But that's what I'm saying. He's at a situation where
The inverse, the reverse.
he's too old to try to establish his individual talent, right? He is what he is, right? So his value is his value. A dude that's going to be a spot-up shooter, and hopefully he can bring in about 15 to 19. So, you know, you're going to be third option, fourth option on a really, really great team. A mediocre team, you can pull off a second option, but shit, you ain't even a second option on your team right now.
So we asked the chat, will the Warriors' big three last beyond this season? 65% said it's over.
I don't know though. And now we think about All-Star Weekend next year up in San Francisco.
It's gonna be great.
They might just one last time.
Oh, now y'all want one more.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe. Maybe though.
But that's what I'm saying. It all depends on it all depends on Klay, right? If Klay's gonna try to hit me over the head for 100 or
Right.
any of that, then I won't have extra money to go get anybody, which means now I have to make a decision.
Well, that money's gone anyway because as Dre got that. They gave Draymond that money.
Right. They can find.
They always find some bread on
You can always find bread.
Or take this discount and I got this tech deal for
You
you.
can always find bread when you're a billionaire.
I got the new Uber for you, Klay. Go ahead, just put a little bread in there. But we will remain to be seen how the Warriors will fare the rest of the season. They're in the 10th seed right now. Looking likely that they'll make the play-in.
They're not making it.
10 seed. That's where they go. 10 seed. That's it.
I don't think they're gonna make it.
Yeah. No. We got it right here.
I don't think they're gonna be in.
Houston still behind him?
Houston's a few games behind them now. They've been.
Oh, a few.
Yeah.
10 seed. 10 seed. They'll play against Sacramento.
It might be.
No,
In
10th seed,
Sacramento?
they'll play the Lakers right now.
Didn't I just tell you what's gonna happen?
I'm saying
What?
as
They
of
might
this
be out of
moment,
here.
Lakers gonna be in the 6th seed, brother. Lakers gonna be in the 6th seed, right? We're what, one game out of the 6th seed?
2.5 games right now. Good.
Okay, we there.
6 games for me.
2 games out of the 6th seed, right? So that means Sacramento's gonna slip. Golden State gonna play them and fit. We good, baby.
Sacramento currently owns a tiebreaker.
Then the NBA gets all they see. They get. We can push out New Orleans. We can push out Sacramento. We can push out Sacramento and New Orleans, baby, and then you got a dream team of superstars in the playoffs.
Scott Foster, get to work. But there's also the other situation, good, where if the Kings, Suns, and Lakers all end up in a 3-way tie, the Lakers would lose. So They have the tiebreaker over the Suns right now, do not have it over the Kings, but if they all end up tied at the end of the season, the Lakers will fall to the bottom of that trio. So they would.
I'm gonna let you know this. When you start seeing certain refs playing some play-in games, you already know the fix is in.
Paige Scott Foster.
This is in.
PJ Scott Foster.
Allegedly, none of this can be supported with actual fact. We are just merely gassing things up here on Gilbert Arenas, presented by Underdog Fantasy.